Okay, this is the analysis of Lydia Ko's swing. She's undergone some swing changes recently, and they're looking to take form right now. They actually look pretty good. She's getting very rotational again, and if you take her down to address position, nice neutral takeaway, stays nice and wide with that right arm. Then notice she'll shallow out, and at left arm parallel, she'll get that shaft pointing outside of ball target line, which allows her to use her rotation now. So notice how she's not just pulling though independently with her arms back in front of her body. She's actually keeping her arms passive to her body's rotation, or lagging behind, however you want to think about it. So they're not getting back in front. For the longest time everyone said you need to get your hands back in front of your body. Well, that's not the case. Believe it or not, your hands and arms should stay to the right of your body's rotation. So don't just pull them in front, or else you're gonna really narrow your arc, and you're gonna struggle with ball contact. So notice how right here that left arm is still adducted. The only reason she can do this though, guys, is because she has proper tilt with her upper and lower body. So notice how right here, even though she's moving in towards right side bend, you can see all the creases in the right side. So it's almost as if you're trying to crunch that right shoulder and right hip together. You can see that there's really a lot of creases there. So she's trying to really crunch that right shoulder, right hip together, but that right shoulder is staying high. Notice how the angle right there, her right shoulder has not dropped below her right or her left shoulder. So the only way this is possible is if she's offsetting it with proper lower body movement. So if we look, we can see that she's not dropping that right hip down too low. So she's not sliding into it basically. If she slides into it and that right hip really drops low, that right shoulder is going to drop and follow, and unfortunately from that position you get blocked out and you're not really able to rotate at all. So right here she actually can feel as if she's moving into right side bend, but she's offsetting it with left pelvic tilt, trying to keep her left side of her pelvis lower than her right. And then notice that impact, how she only has a little bit of right pelvic tilt. She hasn't just severely dropped it. A lot of players will tend to have this right side way too low, and then they'll be dumped under, and unfortunately all you can really hit is shots that start way right, or you have to manipulate it by pulling the shaft forward through impact. So give this a try. Try to feel like even though you're moving towards right side bend, that you offset it with proper lower body movement, and keep those arms to the right of your body's rotation. One last thing when it comes to X Factor, guys. I know it looks like right here she's trying to hold her upper body back and really unwind her lower body, but do not try to keep this separation. After the initial change in direction, when you create these stretches, go ahead, and most players are trying to unwind their torso as hard as possible and catch it up to the lower body. If you try to just keep the separation the entire time, you're gonna really struggle to create speed for one, and to make good contact. So yes, the initial change in direction happens with that midsection, and there are stretches being created, but then I want you feeling like you're unwinding that torso and trying to catch it up for speed and power. At impact, try to get this position where you get nice and open with the hips, nice and open with the torso, and even the shoulders slightly open. A lot of good things to copy in this swing. Good luck, guys.